Abyud Gadur be while summers patenta. Begin all things by first using the all. Greetings, I am Uncountable L. All of my friends and family know me by my government name, Christopher Nagaras. And this is my SF-181 video experience. I want to discuss this form on how, when I first came across it, by watching Chief's videos. Chief Nanya Shabuel, registered copyright trademark. First started watching his videos back in 2018, around October. And I checked out this form and I started reading the definition of category around January, February of 2019 after watching Chief's videos. And I went to the website and I checked out this form around that time. And a lot of his videos are just amazing how he put all the information together, making it more easier for people to understand. A lot of people won't, or they're in denial, but the videos speak for themselves. You could do your own research and you apply logics. Everything makes sense. He's a lot of his videos are just great. I highly recommend it. Well, in this form here, as I was reading and putting the pieces together, which I already knew for a while, who are the original people that belongs to this planet. We all know they are carbonated, dark-skinned people, right? So let's keep the facts that they are the original people of this land too, as well as Africa, basically all over the planet, right? So I want to read the categories of the definition of category here on the SF-181. This is a U.S. government form. It's a U.S. Office of Personnel Management Guide to Personal Data Standards. So let's read here the definition of category here. So we have American Indian or Alaska Native, a person having origins in any of the original people, of any of the original peoples of North and South America, including Central America, and who maintain tribal affiliation or community attachment. Asian, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of the Far East, Southeast Asia, or the Indian subcontinent, including, for example, Cambodia, China, India, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Pakistan, the Philippine Islands, Thailand, and Vietnam. Black or African American, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islanders, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Hawaii, Guam, Samoa, or other Pacific Islanders. White, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. Now, what really stood out to me here on the definition of category was that every other definition except Black or African American has original peoples. But on Black or African American, a person having origins in any of the black racial groups of Africa. Now, Chief Nanya Shabuel, registered copyright trademark, he's put out that challenge for a long time. Can anyone name a black racial group of Africa? Every other category says original people. So let's keep the facts straight. Carbonated people, so-called black people, because I say so-called black, we already know the original people of this land and Europe are carbonated people, black people. So everything is backwards now when it comes to calling yourself black. You're actually white, a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa, and American Indian Alaska Native. If you don't know about the Olmecs, they were here way before the Aztecs and the Mayans and what they call the red-skinned Indians. They just dark. They just a mixture of them. That's their parents, basically. The Aztecs and the Mayans and the Indians that were here, that was their parents. But the original Native Americans are the carbonated, dark-skinned Native Americans. They were here first. They were already on this land. So I want to show a video here by Chief Nani Shabuel. Much appreciated. 5-day comment, 148.
Again, this is a psych op. Can any university, and this, I put this challenge out over a year ago, so any dean, any university president, master, bachelor, whoever is the president of the college, university, whoever is, school boards, all the school boards, not only in Canada, but as well as the United States, North America, the United Kingdom, world over. This is a challenge to these intellectuals. Can you please explain how white is a racist word when the definition, according to the U.S. Department of Education, which is supported by a crow, and Canada makes up 80% of their institutional membership outside of it, so Canada is aware of the IPEDS, which is the race and ethnicity category here. White is a person having origins in any of the original peoples of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. This brings you again back to the Nilotic Negro here. Nilotic Negro showing original types of big heads found in Europe. So, let us not forget Cheddar Man. Let's do that real quick. So Cheddar Man shows who is the first Briton. So this means that the Cheddar Man, which is coming up, is in line with the definition of white, and it is in line with what the original European, the Nilotic Negro, the original Caucasian. I'm just going to show you the picture here of the Caucasian from the book Races of Man. So Caucasian here. So that means over here where they're talking about European. This is incorrect. Because as Dr. Keith Chang just explained, pale skin is a mutation from the dark. So therefore all the lighter races come from the darker races. So the lighter races are not original. And if you have a problem with it, you need to take that up with the U.S. government, take it up with the Crow, and thus, but that is a global standard, and nobody has disputed it. So, the first modern Briton had dark to black skin. Cheddar Man DNA analysis reveals. The genome of Cheddar Man who lived 10,000 years ago suggests that he had blue eyes, dark skin, and dark curly hair. Here's the picture. So the first modern Britons who lived 10,000 years ago had dark to black skin. A groundbreaking DNA analysis of Britain's oldest complete skeleton has revealed. The fossil known as Cheddar Man was unearthed more than a century ago in Gow's Cave in Somerset. Intense speculation is built up around Cheddar Man's origins and appearance because he lived shortly after the first settlers crossed from continental Europe to Britain at the end of the last ice age. People of white British ancestry alive today are descendants of this population. They're not the original. And then again, we get into English. We could get into that later.
There you go. Right there. Original people. Melodic Negro, Cheddar Man. And yes, I am white, and I am American Indian, Alaska Native. My ancestry is of Taino, Arawak, and African descent. Relative elder of mine, my aunt, that was confirmed to me by her in Puerto Rico. She said that her mother, which is my grandmother, and her parents are from that descendancy, Taino, Arawak, and African descent. With that, much appreciate for watching. Abyud Gadur, Wadu, Hotep.